Missed you in here. You're gonna go back outside because I'm gonna ride at you again. Okay? We'll get the next one ready to go. That's going. So I'm gonna slide that out next. Cuddy can sit on the side, we'll figure it out. But you're gonna be on the hunt, dog. We'll clean you up like your motherfucking shoe, dude. About bop, 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 bop. Don't you guys judge me. If you haven't had a conversation almost exactly like that with whatever you're working on, are you even a car guy? I swear. I talk to all the cars, and maybe they don't like what I have to say, and that's why I got some of the performance I have, but we hope not. All right. Over here, guys, you see my 1994 Chevy C1500, OBS, as they say. And we put this thing together over the last year, and we've been loving it, guys. I absolutely love driving this truck. I walk past my 2019 Tundra more times than not to drive this guy. She doesn't have AC. I really don't care that much. I still jump in it even when it's a little bit warm. Now, if it's in the 90s and humid, well, yeah, I've become a little spoiled over the years. But lately I was driving it, and I started, how did it all go? Actually, Megan took the truck to take Stella to the groomers, and I was on the bike before I did all this. And as she went past me, I heard an exhaust leak on the right side, it sounded like. So I was like, I'll have to look into that. I drove it 2 more days, and then coming home from work, so I get a bit of a headache. And I said, well, that's probably a bad sign. And it seems like it's coming from the right side, right about there. So catalytic converter's right there. We'll see if it's at the flange or if it's coming apart or whatever. I also, on a recent video, I think I pinpointed the rattle. The front end is tight as could be, so it's nothing there. But there's a brake line that goes across the cross member. Both clamps on it are broken, and it's kind of doing that. So I think there's that. And we've never changed the fuel filter, guys. I've kind of been rolling the dice ever since we thought we were going to be stuck in Daytona because of it. But we're going to have it up on Jack's. I'm going to pull it out and go match it up because it's not the stock one. Hopefully we can match it up at the auto parts store. If not, we'll use old Wade's idea and just bypass it and put one under a clear one under the hood, which we might do anyways. But first we're going to do is going to move this guy out the way so we can jack this guy up. And can you tell we're in the middle of a couple of projects at once? This happens. It's awesome. It means we're making progress, but we got to just push on through. Oh, let's put a little lights on right here. Very uneven light. Can't have that. Can't have that. All right. See if I do this without hitting something. So we're kind of picking up in the middle of the last video. We've been doing that a lot lately. I don't know if it's good or not, but this stuff got dropped off yesterday, so I don't think we'll get it anytime soon, but soon enough, hopefully, I'm sure. Oh, whoa, that's a close one. Close. Hold. All right. It's a very small motorcycle. Why am I having such a hard time? There we go. We got her, guys. Don't worry about it. And yeah, get that out the way. Move that way. Okay. Let's get this guy jacked up. I don't know if the kid's gonna use any of this footage. He might just time lapse over it, which I don't know, I probably would. Not that I know anything about editing. I do make PowerPoint presentations for work, so it's clearly the exact same thing. Clean that up. We're gonna get a lift, huh? There are more bugs over here than I know what. This place is a freaking mess, too. That can't be good. It's impossible for that to be a good sound. Huh, did you break anything? Oh, we'll go back a little further though. Well, now this problem on the lift, huh? Let's even it out. Got one on bigger than the other. That's good enough. Saved your third. No, I'm kidding. We're gonna put jacks down. Let me chalk this bad dog. Pretty good idea. Look at this, son. Squared away like a mug. There you go. Pescatarian bulldog. Quick ish. We'll find out. All right, let's go to this thing. All right, guys, these little plastic micarta type blocks. See right here, it's kind of like, it'll fit a through there. So, rather than just get, at first I couldn't find them. So they're pretty simple. One bolt holds them in, right? But they're gonna break again because that's what plastic does. And like I said, I couldn't find them. So we went with some 8L clamps that we use on the aircraft. So I figured if it's good enough for an F-18, it's good enough for the OBS. Only problem is, here's the standard size bolt, well, bolt hole, and this doesn't work, no worky. So we just use a couple little hand tools and made that one. We got that one there too. So we'll install them. Clean the bolts up good because no reason to put dirty, crusty, rusty bolts back in. And we should be rid of that chatter in the front end. All right, guys. Under the truck, and you see we got the line installed. Well, it's always been installed. We got the clamps installed. One over there, one over there. You see it's got some clearance now. And even when it moves around, we should be all good. No more chatter. I'm digging it. All right, we got one thing off the list. Let's turn our attention over here to the catalytic converter. See if we can see any obvious leaks. And I guess if not, we'll fire it up and see what's up. All right, guys, there's the catalytic converter. See that brand spanking new O2 sensor we put on a couple months ago? Well, if you look right in front of the catalytic converter and right behind where the O2 sensor goes in, I'm gonna zoom you in right there. I feel that that's our problem. I think that that's not supposed to be like that. And I say that because it kind of moves, guys. See if I can do it one-handed or not. I'll still show you. There you go. I got my arm right in the way. Try the other way here. Yep, awful lot of movement there. I was hoping to just straight pipe this cap, but I don't think that's going to happen, guys. It looks like that's there's going to be some welding involved. Let's see how this goes. All right, so now we're going to turn our attention from there to just back here a little bit. I'll zoom in again. There's a fuel filter. We're going to pull that off and we'll bring it to the store and match it up because clearly that is not a stock configuration. Yeah. Before we talk about anything else, I think we found the problem we had in Daytona, where it wasn't wanting to get fuel because Madon, that looked like straight graphite coming out of there, and who knows what's still in there, chunks of stuff or whatever. So, if you remember, we tried to change that before we left. I went and go and buy it. I already had it from the Suburban. It's actually the same one. But somewhere between 1994 and now, this guy was modified a little bit. So there's soft hose coming. This guy, go! There's regular fuel hose coming in rather than like a hard line. So I'm sure it got corroded or whatever throughout time, as a lot of things on this truck did. So they made it work, which is fine. It works fine. You know, when it's not clogged up. But yeah, we had no idea what that was out of. So we pulled it out, took it to the local O'Reilly's that just opened up. And I mentioned in the Road Glide video, that guy Michael hooked it up with the Road Glide, and the same with this. He spent a ton of time, guys. We're trying to read the part number that's just impossible to read, because, 1,000 years old. But we found the right guy. He had it in stock too, so I'm pretty happy about that. I'll show you guys a little side-by-side comparison, and then I'm going to call it for the night. We'll worry about that, and I'll tell you why in a minute, why we'll worry about everything else later. We'll put it off. That's what we do. I can't believe I just realized this right now when I was pulling this out for you guys, but I fought this thing, pulling it off. I was prying on it. It just would not come off. And I figured out why. Because you look at this guy. This is not like a thunk, and then put a hose clamp around it. This is for, clips on here, like fuel injection little clips. Which is good because it's some pressure. That's why this guy uses it. I think he did a little bit of engineering. But clearly it's the same one. So we'll put this guy right back together the way that one came off. Minus all the dirt. We'll write this part number down and keep it in our file so we know what works. And yeah, not bad. Guys, I was thinking about just taking one of those. I got those clear, little plastic ones you can see through, and it's just an inline one. I thought about using one of those, but they work great on carburetors. This here is fuel injected, more pressure. What's it like, 7 to 9 PSI on a carburetor? This is like 30 to 45 or something. So guys, I'm making the numbers up, but I think I'm pretty close. So I said, well, I probably don't want to do that. That's why that worked so well, and it will work again because, yeah, it doesn't want to come off, and that's a good thing, right? So we'll take care of that. I was talking to old Wade right after I got home and asked him if he wanted to come over here and try his hand at welding that cap back on, or, well, the crack up or whatever. And he got a nice new shiny welder, so he's a little better than me, so I figured why not? And he wanted to try it out. But he mentioned, how old is that thing, dude? I said it's probably the original one. He's like, 30-year-old corroded exhaust metal. You really think it's going to hold a weld? And, well, as usual, he's right. He was right about sorghum, and he's right about this. So as I was on the phone with him, I started looking online. And, guys, you can buy the Y-pipe. Comes off of the two manifolds with that giant coupler, not even a coupler, but it's like all collector almost, and goes right into the cat. That whole piece from the two manifolds past the cat where it like mounts up there to the tailpipe on its way to the muffler. It's like $147. So we ordered that. Nick had that all apart, and I'm going to start juicing up those all those bolts right now. Anyways, if you guys are ever going to do this kind of stuff, a couple days beforehand, keep getting over there and just hitting them up. You'll thank it. You'll thank me later. Just thought of something. I'm going to also order this guy right here. Yeah, Kevin put this video up a while back, and I think those two things together are going to really help me out. And I think the tailpipe was new from Nick. I think the muffler too, so let's give us like a whole new exhaust. And well, we like this guy, so let's not just piece it together. So we're going to leave it like this for now. That's why we're putting it off. We'll do all this at the same time. I'm tired, guys. We've been running around all over. We got a bunch of different projects going on right now. I'm trying to knock out a whole bunch of stuff this weekend, and I got a whole bunch of stuff halfway done. So, yeah, that sounds about right. We'll bring you guys back, hopefully. Well, it'll be next weekend, guys, before the parts come in. So, it's Saturday night. I'm going to go relax. Yeah, that's all I'm going to do. See you guys later. Yo, so you guys ready for the big shocker of the video? Change of plans. All right, I know, crazy. That's like, we never do that here, right? But turns out we had to go out of town for a couple days, and leaving this fuel system open with channel locks crimping the hose shut to stop it from, I'm not a big fan of that. If you guys watch a lot of car channels on YouTube, there's been 3 or 4 guys I know that have had major fires. So open fuel cells, batteries charging like over long, be careful of that stuff. And so we're gonna err on the side of safety, which is not what we usually do, but probably a solid plan. And I also got some things we got to take care of in the background over there. And you'll see in other videos. So what we're going to do, we're going to put the fuel system back together, which sounds very intricate, but we're just going to install a fuel filter. That's it. And we'll leak check it, make sure it's all good. I had to pry on those things pretty good, so I do have a little bit, I just want that warm and fuzzy feeling, you know? And so we'll get that done, and we're probably going to call it and just wait till everything comes in for the exhaust, and we'll do that separate. You get an extra OBS video out of it, so that should make some people happy, hopefully everybody happy, and we have to take our time and do everything right. So turn over a new leaf here at Pugliese Speed Shop, but we'll get after it right now. I'll show you guys what's up, and we'll go from there. Yeah. Sounds like a solid plan. Guys, this is one of those times where recording everything really came in handy. I'll show you why. So I went back, watched the video to look at the orientation of how this was put in. Found this right here and said, okay, cool. Pretty easy to where this little groove is here. That's went in like that, just going towards the motor. And then I realized that the people were kind enough to put an out right there. You see it etched in there? It is not on this one. I took it out and read through it and cleaned it off just out of curiosity. There's also, usually there's a flow, and there might have been one here, but it's long gone if there was. So the picture helped, especially if this guy, this is probably, clearly this is an upgrade. But, all right, we'll put this in, and what we're going to do, I think I mentioned this earlier. We'll go, stop, stay. Sit, Ubu, sit.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.
All right, so we're going to keep at least this top and put it in our little, on the shelf over there where we got some OBS stuff right around there so that we got the number. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this for, I don't know, a couple months. I say that. So like a year from now, I'll pull it out and make sure, maybe before next year's tailgate tour, to see if I need to drop the tank. We'll probably do it the night before we leave. Makes perfect sense. Maybe now you see why I'm a little concerned. This is my fire prevention system. And, you can make fun all you want, but it ain't leaking. It's dry. It's, you know what? Approved.
Approved.
All right. Yeah, let's see if this thing leaks. Huh? I hear a little priming going on here. Very nice. Very nice. Let's see if it stops here. I think we should be all right. Whoa, what are we doing here, guy? Maybe we didn't get enough fuel at first. We'll let it go here. Hasn't started in, a week. Other than an exhaust leak, sounds good. Shut her down. No lights. We'll give her a shot again. You ready? There we go. Back to normal. Cool. Calling that fixed. Come on. Well, guys, she's back down. We can go ahead and cruise her around a little bit. We're not going to put her back into daily driver status just yet because it's got a little woozy running around with that exhaust leak. So you got to save the brain cells you got, man. I waste enough with, just day-to-day stuff. We don't need to add to it, all right? But I'm going to take her on a block because I'm just driving her. We'll leave the windows down the whole time. We'll be fine. It's like 85 degrees out anyways. We ain't got no air conditioning. We will leave the windows down either way. So we'll wait till we get that tool and the exhaust. And I just got a notification, guys. I got something else that's due to be delivered tomorrow. I've been looking forward to this for months. We had to pre-order it. If you want to know what it is, you're going to have to come back and watch the next episode on the OBS, which shouldn't be too long, but catch some ones in between too. Like, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff that you're supposed to be doing. And while you're doing that, guys, just remember, if you want to have the coolest thing in the parking lot, you better be ready to put in some work. And that definitely means that once you get your stuff together the way you want it, where you love it, you take it to Florida and back, you got to maintain it. Nice watching, guys. All right, guys, underneath the truck, got everything installed. I can't go back far because the light's in the way. There it is.